Hello, welcome to In the Art Lab. It's a little early this morning, so please forgive me. My name is Valerie Summerlot, and I teach photography and APR in Mooresville, Indiana. We've been trying out some new techie things at school, and after a year of exploring different things, we had a podcast last year. This year, we're going to try to do a vlog because it's art class. So um, this is my 11th year teaching, and I love exploring new things and new things to try with my students. And it's an art class, but because I teach photography, we're in a computer lab where we can use Photoshop. So that's why it's called In the Art Lab. Plus, we experiment, as all artists do. So please take a moment, look at the part of the critique from our visual journals, which is a side project we do in AP Studio Art. It's not required for AP, but it's a way for students to explore different materials, explore conversations, discussions, topics, and hopefully through the process of creating the artwork and through discussion of critique or while they're creating it, that helps inspire them in other artwork or what they're going to be doing for AP art. So please take a look. We did have some technical difficulties, so we only got 3 of the 20 students videoed because my memory card was not big enough and I didn't know that at the time. So it's a short episode, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Okay, for my visual journal, I focused on what one of my concentration ideas will be, and it was nature, and I really like dinosaurs, so I thought I would incorporate a little dinosaur right there. And the type of dinosaur that I did was a brachiosaurus, which is my favorite. And they're herbivores, and they eat leaves, so I got little leaves from a bush outside, and I put them on the palm trees, because they live in the tropics. And then for the sky, I put these little glitter stars up here. And then I used Posca pins for the dinosaur and the little campfire in the tree trunks. And what does the dinosaur do? Oh, well, I'm gonna get to that. And for my other materials were acrylic paint for the sky and the mountains, and I did a dry brush on the bottom to create texture, and then I added watercolor, and then I'm trying to think of what else I used. Oh, and I used gel pen for the little stars at the top. And my favorite part is what the dinosaur does. He folds out, and it says like all these facts about the dinosaur. And I thought that was pretty cool. And that's my visual journal.
Anybody have any questions for Ross about his visual journal?
Yeah, can I see it?
Yes.
So why did you choose to do like a cartoon dinosaur over a realistic dinosaur?
Recently and over the summer, I've gotten into like more illustration type pieces and just little like cartoony things. I find them really fun to make.
Okay. Anyone else have any thoughts, comments?
The dinosaur's really cute.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ross.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my visual journal. I want my concentration to be human impacts on the environment, so kind of did it based off that. It's like an ocean theme and basically like based around pollution in the ocean, you know, an ocean of garbage. I did a trash bag as an iceberg because plastic is a big pollution in the ocean, and then there's also little plastic beads that are supposed to represent microplastics. I used hair dye instead of paint as the ocean because I thought it was a better color since it was like a nice green blue. I've never used embroidery thread in an art project before, but I decided to do that because the string kind of looks like fishing nets, and like 70% of the ocean's pollution is abandoned fishing material, so it was kind of like a representation there. And then I also used some markers because I like markers. And then the polar bear, he's kind of small because his big brother printed out wrong. And so there's a tiny polar bear there. There was supposed to be 2, and then there's a seal crying for help in the ocean. And yeah.
Nice job. Any thoughts?
the sun and the ocean contrast one another. The colors are really nice.
Thank you.
I like not being able to see it. I mean, I can describe it.
Do you like that, or do we need to pause and like let everybody walk around and look at everybody's? Because I forgot to do that. Because that's usually what we do.
I kind of like it, and then I get to see it. I'm like, oh, that's what it is.
Oh, we could do the elementary school teacher thing when they read to the class.
Oh, that's
You
kinda
know,
nice.
Elizabeth, that's not a bad idea.
See, I am an innovator.
Alright. Anybody else? I love how you like really branched out and used materials that are not common in artwork, so you should be super proud of yourself. If I were to give one piece of advice that I would give to mostly everyone in here, is that paint your background first or do something with your background before you put on it.
Yeah, you see, when I started this, it was like midnight, and I didn't think about the background until I had everything glued and strung out. I was like, shoot, I forgot the watercolor, because I was going to watercolor a nice blue sky.
It's okay.
But I
I'm
forgot.
just throwing it out there. Don't hate my guts. You're not the only one that does it all the time.
Thank you, though.
You're
I
very
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're very
I'm
welcome.
going to remember from now on.
Anyone else?
At least maybe.
Alrighty.
Okay, so in my visual journal, I thought like concentration for like abandonment would be kind of cool. So I did like kind of like a dark setting with like watercolor, and then like in different pens and stuff, I wrote like words that kind of represented abandonment, like empty, alone, hurting, questioning, and neglected. And I chose two songs that were kind of like that represented abandonment, I guess, because like it's like I like that you're lonely, lonely like me, and then like the burning, I thought was like intriguing because it just kind of represents like the fact that you're always burning out, and at one point you might just not be there. And with like the pencil eyes, it's kind of like hurting eyes.
I love that, but I understand based on our conversation earlier. I get it. That's really gorgeous. Sorry, my opinion. You guys can have your own opinion. Thoughts? Ross, I love that you're speaking up.
I really like that you burned the pages. It adds a lot of like emphasis to that. I like it.
I also like that you have the paper going across the crease in the book, so it really activates both sides. So I think when people are first starting to do visual journals, it's really hard to think of both pages as one whole spread and one whole piece of artwork. So I think you did a really good job of kind of connecting the two sides. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I really like the grade. I don't know, I just feel like all the different bits of grayscale are nice. I'm not very good with art terms. What do you think?
Values?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. This is literally my second art class ever.
I wish I had your talent after only having 2 art classes.
That's really nice. That's really nice, actually. Thank you.
Alright, anyone else? Nice job, Chelsea.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of In the Art Lab, and hopefully it inspired you to create your own spread in your visual journal or create a piece of artwork. Thank you so much for watching today. Have a great one.